Excel, which I hate. TraderView, pretty sweet. TraderSync, Evernote, OneNote. All of these, there's so many options. And you're probably wondering, which one should I use to track my trades? And first off, why? I want to say thank you so much to Christian Doyle. He commented below in one of my previous videos asking about the different ways to track and why. Thank you so much, Christian, as well, for being a pledger to the show, and your donation goes a long way in helping us continue to create better and better videos. If you're curious on what we're talking about, hit that join button and you'll see. There are many ways to log your trades. I'm gonna tell you the ones I have used personally and why I use them now, and the ones I don't use anymore and why. Doesn't mean it's the best one, it just means it's what I prefer. When I first started, I used Excel. Just like pretty much everyone else, I tried Excel and I am terrible at it. But I got good because I had to. And I got good enough to be able to look at statistics, write down my trades, figure out what works, figure out what doesn't. But the problem with Excel is it's not pretty to look at, it's not fun to use, and it's complicating. It's frustrating. Do you get frustrated? Because I do when I use it. So I quickly got rid of that, and then I started to use just documents. I would use Word docs where I would type in my plan, so forth, take pictures of charts, put them on the Word docs. And that is also ugly for me. Like, it just doesn't look great. I tried TraderView, which I still use because TraderView, I use it for one thing only, actually two things, and we'll get into the details in a minute. But with TraderView, it uploads all your trades, shows you stats, which is amazing. I don't have to use Excel anymore, right? I don't have to use Excel. It's amazing, but their charts kind of suck. And next, I discovered Evernote, which I currently still use. I use Evernote and TraderView combined. Now, Evernote is amazing because you can type in your trades, type in your plans, tag every trade, take pictures. It's all displayed in such a beautiful way. It's so easy on the eyes. It's easy to find things. It's easy to track things. It's easy. Do you hear? Easy. Easy. That's what I need, right? So you get my point on why I use Evernote. When it comes to TraderView, why I combine them is because Evernote, I can track everything, sure. But there's no formulas like Excel, which I'm thankful because I don't like it, where I can actually type in a formula, put everything in, and then get a statistic on it. TraderView does that for me. And that is important because it makes my life easier. I hate tracking. I hate doing this. It's homework. Right? It's homework. It's like school. Like, I want to get the good grades, but I don't want to do the homework, right? You're a trader. I want to become a good trader, but I hate journaling. But make it easier for you, because if you can, then you can become consistent at it. Because the less barriers, or in other words, excuses that I can create, the more likely I will do it. And that's what I try to find. So maybe this will make it easier for you as well. Now let's talk about, what am I tracking? What am I logging? What am I writing down? Because that's important. What I track on every trade in my journal is my plan. Okay, this is evolved, by the way. I'm gonna tell you what I used to track. I'm gonna tell you what I track now. Where you are depends on what you need to track. Currently, I just track what my plan is. Is it a trendline break play? Is it a breakout play? Is it a John Carpenter play? Like, I don't know, whatever you call it, is it that play? And lessons. That's the next column. What are the lessons? And then I have a section for the chart where I take pictures and post it in there so I can see what I was looking at. And then I tag them with what the play is in Evernote and what date it is. And was it a winner or a lesson, right? You hear that? Was it a winner or a lesson? Not a loser, a lesson. Now, what I used to write down, what I used to track, like when I used Excel, when I first used Evernote, was this. Now, you may need to do this, and that's fine, but I'm no longer doing this because I have found that it just doesn't work for me anymore, but it did at the time. So as you progress, things may change. But I used to track my entry. I used to write it down. Here's my entry, here's my exit, here's my plan, here's my risk, here's my reward. Now, don't get me wrong, I used to have sections for each of that. I just write that in my new way in my plan. I write all that. So I'm not getting rid of it. I just have one section called plan. I write it all in there instead of have entry, exit, risk, reward, play. You know, I don't have to have it break into different columns. Then I put float, market cap, news. What is, if there is any warrants, and so forth. I used to track all of that, but I don't care about that anymore. Now that could be in big error. You know, you might comment below and say, you know what, Alex, you should probably track all that. That's cool. We all have different opinions, but now I don't really focus there. So I kind of narrowed it down to what I have found to be helpful for me. But I want you to know what I used to write down, because maybe it could be very useful for you. Because when I did that, it helped me see what I was good at and the stats of like market caps of this, floats of this, if it has news. And it helped me get more of an edge, sure. But over time, I've also found that the other way just works better for me. Now, when I go into TraderView, I gotta upload all my trades, which is easy. You just press upload, and it uploads all your trades from your account into TraderView, which is amazing. But the only thing that kind of sucks is I gotta go back and tag each trade by looking at Evernote and be like, oh, it was this trade, type it in. It was this trade, type it in. But that's so helpful because on TraderView, you type in all those trades, right? The actual play, the trend, the setup, whatever it is, and you can track the statistics for each play like that. And that is amazing. It can show you your risk reward, your profit factor, your win percentage on that specific play. And that is so helpful. Just like it's so helpful for you to like and share this video, because it does help us here in finding new viewers, because you know the YouTube algorithm isn't very friendly. But it's also so helpful because now you can see it on Evernote. You can look at your mistakes because we talked about that. You can look at all the lessons. You can look at every trade in detail because you took pictures of every chart. You can look at TraderView to see the stats. And the reason you took pictures of every chart is because TraderView's charts are bleh. They just are. That's my opinion. Sorry, TraderView. That's just what I think. Maybe you can make it better. I love it. But that is the benefit, because now you don't have to worry about Excel anymore. You have it all right here. It's all calculated for you, and that's amazing.